The recruiter's laughter still echoed in his mind years later, not as humiliation, but as fuel. Jamal Carter had been told he didn't sound like a Marine, that his accent was too thick, his words too slow, but on a scorching battlefield, with 38 lives hanging in the balance, those same words, sharp, deliberate, unshakable, would cut through the chaos like a blade. Because when the bullets flew and death closed in, the only voice that mattered was his, the recruiting office smell. Like stale coffee and cheap cologne, Jamal Carter stood at attention, his back straight, his eyes fixed ahead. He had dreamed of this moment since he was a boy joining the Marines, serving his country. The recruiter, a thick-necked sergeant with a smirk, barely glanced at his paperwork before chuckling. "Say that again, kid. Where are you from?" "Kingston." "Jamaica, sir," Jamal repeated, his accent rich and deliberate. The recruiter snorted, shaking his head. "Man, we ain't got time for you to repeat every order 3 times. You ever even held a gun before?" Jamal clenched his jaw, but said nothing. He had faced worse than this. 3 years later, the desert wind howled like a wounded animal. Gunfire cracked in the distance. A squad of Marines was pinned down, 38 men trapped in the kill zone. Their radios were jammed. Their lieutenant was dead. Then, over the chaos, a voice cut through deep, commanding, unmistakable. "Move left flanks, pressing fire now." It was Sergeant Carter. The same man who had been mocked for his accent now barked orders with such authority that no one hesitated. His team moved like shadows, flanking the enemy, laying down cover. One by one, the trapped Marines scrambled to safety. Jamal didn't stop until the last man was clear. Back at base, the same recruiter, now a grizzled staff sergeant, stood in the crowd. As Carter was awarded the Navy Cross, their eyes met. The recruiter opened his mouth, then shut it. Jamal just smiled. "No need to repeat myself this time, sir." The room erupted in cheers, but the loudest sound was the silence of a man who had learned of late that strength has no accent. The recruiter's face burned. He remembered that day 3 years ago, the dismissive laugh, the way he had scribbled unfit for leadership in Jamal's file. Now, the same man he had mocked stood taller than anyone in the room, a hero draped in medals. Word spread fast, not just about the rescue, but about how it had gone down. The trap unit had been written off. Command had assumed no one could reach them in time, but Jamal had ignored orders to fall back. He had rerouted his squad through a minefield, using his knowledge of terrain from growing up in Kingston's rugged hills. When his radio failed, he led with hand signals, moving like a ghost under enemy fire. "You don't need perfect English to save lives," one of the rescued Marines later said. "You just need to know what the hell you're doing."